So if you're the golfer that struggles with your club head speed, especially with driver, and maybe you're lacking some distance off the tee, then keep watching this video, because I'm going to show you a driver which I feel will add more club head speed and more distance to your drives. Okay, so I'm going to kick things off with my own current driver. So Titleist TSI3, this is a driver I game, 9 degree. Has the smoke RDX X Flex, 45-inch in length. So I'm going to hit battery shots. I'm not going to show you all the ball flights on this, and then we're going to move into the driver that I'm talking about and referring to that will add some extra club head speed to your drives. So there's a typical tee shot for me. See, club head speed 113, ball speed just short of 165, carry 280. So fairly typical numbers and a fairly typical club head speed. So Titleist as standard 45.5 inches in length. I have mine cut at 45 exactly, so I'm ½ inch shorter, which just helps a little bit of control. I feel a little bit more confident with that length. We know club length will dictate a little bit of club head speed. Okay, so quickly look at the numbers of my own drive. It's very typical numbers, 112.4 on average with that club head speed, 163.4 on the ball, and rough distance of carry around that 276. Obviously when I get my bit of speed there, get my strike, launch, spin, everything in those right areas, then obviously can squeeze into that 280s on the carry. Right, okay, so what is the driver I'm actually referring to? And it is still a Titleist, and it's the TSI1 driver. So this is a lighter club in its dead weight itself. So the club head is lighter, a little bit deeper on the CG placement, but a lighter club head, very much a lighter shaft, and the grip is also lighter. So dead weight of the golf club, much lighter. Obviously that's going to allow the golfer to swing the club a little bit quicker and create some speed. And I have seen that through fittings, you know, any golfer who struggles with some distance, maybe struggles a little bit of speed, but is just wanting those extra 10 yards or so, then TSI1 does the job very well. So obviously this isn't going to be perfectly spec to me. The shaft is far too soft for me, it's far too light, so it's not going to be the perfect set of numbers. So we're really going to focus on the club head speed more than anything. So I'm not going to change anything myself, I'm just going to keep my swing the same. We'll see if this club head speed changes, and if it does, by what amount. Okay, not a bad strike there, to be honest. Definitely felt a little bit more flimsy in the shaft. As I say, it's not perfect for me by any means. We can see there straight away, club head speed 114.6, so we've got a little bit of that increase there straight away. Now, just talking about shaft length, so the TSI1 as standard comes in at 45.75 inch. So this is 3/4 an inch longer than obviously mine's a little bit shorter, so this is 3/4 an inch longer. So typically it's 1/4 of an inch longer than Titleist standard. Obviously just that little bit more length is going to help to create some club head speed. So we've obviously got that sometimes can be a negative, you know, obviously longer, yes, a little bit more speed. The lighter head, lighter shaft, lighter grip, lighter component, a little bit more speed. But then how do you, as a golfer, control that extra bit of length? And this is where it's so important to go and try these yourself and test it on something like a TrackMan to make sure your strikes are still efficient and you can control the actual golf club itself. So I've just lofted, this is a 10-degree head, but I've lofted this down to 9.25 in loft. So I've got it as close to mine as I possibly can loft-wise. But, you know, you see the spin numbers just obviously goes way too high for me. But again, club head speed just short of that 115. So straight away there, it is moving the club a little bit quicker because of the weight and a little bit of that length as well. But as you can probably see, it's just tough for me to control the dispersion here because that shaft is very soft. Just struggling to control it. The torque of this is like 8.2 degrees, so there's a lot of twist, there's a lot of torque in this particular shaft. But obviously that isn't suited for my speed. This is suited for, as I say, a golfer possibly like yourself who is maybe struggling for a little bit of speed, who needs that shaft to sort of kick and really do some work to help them get that extra sort of speed through the bottom of the golf swing, through that impact. So which sort of golfer is this really sort of aimed at? Obviously that slow swing speed, but typically, you know, the senior golfer might just struggle for a little bit of speed, or maybe a golfer who's got an injury in some way, shape or form that is just obviously restriction in terms of body movement. So obviously that has an effect on club head speed. And sometimes maybe like the stronger lady in a way, who maybe just a little bit too strong for a lady's sort of shaft and makeup, and may just go into something like this. We've done that on a few occasions in fittings where ladies have just popped up into this TSI1 and seen some really good results. So just get one more shot. I'll just throw a few numbers up on the differences between my TSI 3 and that TSI 1, just to give you an idea, but you can probably just notice there that increase of that club head speed. But yeah, very tough for me to control. The dispersion's gone a little bit out the window for me, but they go 116.3. That was a little bit quicker yet again. Okay, post your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. TSI 1, that could be a very good option for you to go and try. Make sure you go and try it though. It's very important to do that. If you want to increase a little bit club head speed, if you want yards off the tee, definitely TSI, go and try it.